Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up, some interesting information for you for the outdoors, and hope you enjoy it and get a chance to partake in our great outdoors. Our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and the gang up there in Southport, they do a great job, and we're just glad to have them part of the Panhandle Outdoors team. We're looking high today, 77, low 69. Wow, what a nice day. You guys, why I got this coat on? Well, there's a reason, but water temperature is 68, went up a degree from yesterday. Remember we talked about yesterday, we finally hit 67? First time it hit 68, so we're in a really good sort of finger of that current that's coming up there. We had a warm finger coming off that current that's prevalent this time of year. Our river readings, the Apalachicola Bluntstown, 11.7. It is going down, but I sort of had a chuckle when I looked at Choctaw Caryville is at a 9.3. And if you remember yesterday, some of y'all may remember, I was talking about the Choctaw River be going down for the weekend, and sure enough, it did not. We had some of that rain, and so it's going up for the weekend. In fact, looked like a pretty good day. We had a lot more rain in our western viewing area than we did in the eastern viewing area, and it had a big effect on the Choctaw River, that watershed there. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Good tides today, low tide at 9:15. I'm sorry, it's at 5:15, and a high tide at 7:53. Good strong tide, and going on into the weekend, I'm looking on just strong tides all the way through after Saturday night. And next week's going to be sort of neap tides, so enjoy the tides while you can. We've got a strong wind coming in today, south-southeast at 12. And I was looking through my notes. We've had our wind has been in double figures. It looks like every month I've given it, every day I've given it this month, it's been in double figures. So that's true to form for our month of March. But it's about to get out of here. Next week will be about the last week of it. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. You remember about 2 weeks ago, I talked about my neighbor up there on North Bay had their wave runner stolen. I said, we've never been up there 40 years, never had anything stolen in the neighborhood that I know of, and it really sort of bothered all of us, and especially them. And if you remember, I put out I talked about it on the show, showed a picture of it. It was a blue wave runner. And, it's amazing how these things, here's what I said, Monday morning at 9 a.m., a man came on a jet ski, got on dock, lowered the wave runner to the water. They had this on the camera. And lo and behold, they have found it. But I really feel very strong about this as far as us sort of helping out you, the viewers. When I showed that wave runner, one of the viewers over around Fannin Bayou told me or sent me a message that they had seen a blue wave runner in Fannin Bayou that they normally wouldn't see. And I don't remember who it was. So anyway, I'm gonna show you what happened here. Okay, it was stolen from this area right here. That's Gaynor Bayou. It was taken right there. Okay, to follow this is how smart some thieves are. So they go out there into the water. All right, they go up under the Lynn Haven Bridge. All right, then they come up under here, come into Fannin Bayou, and they took it as well. They were on up here in this area right here in the center. They sort of had it hidden up in that little bayou up in that right in that area there. So, but one of our viewers saw it right there in Fannin Bayou. I was tickled. We were tickled. Our neighbors got it back. They had insurance on it and all, and they were asked. The law enforcement officer asked them if they wanted to press charges, and guess what they said? Yes, and good for them. I just there's no excuse in that, and there's really some young people. It was not any of those veterans that have done that kind of stuff before, but we're glad to have solved that. Anyway, let's move on. And remember yesterday we had Officer Raymond was talking about the FWC doing the scavenger hunts and all. That's something new. They've done the geocaching before, but the scavenger hunts in wildlife management areas, we're going to stay on top of that. This is coming up in April, and I'm excited about it. It's just a great opportunity. You know, you might not love to hunt and fish and that kind of stuff, but I know you love to just get outdoors. and you can get outdoors with a group of folks and all, and get in a wildlife management area, which is public land, which is our land. You know, our taxpayers we pay for it. So I'm just tickled that we're going to do that. And you know, springtime, this time of year in springtime is just so good, and the bloom, everything's blooming and all. Okay, now I wanted to talk. Speaking of, you know, things that we do that we pay for ourselves. I was thinking about this last night. This is sport fish restoration, and it's just what it is right here. And it's just something to be aware of, that your purchase of fishing equipment and motorboat fuels supports sport fish restoration and boating access facilities. And what I wanted to explain to you, and you know, some of y'all ask why I get so upset about St. Joe and Mexico Beach charging for the boat ramp. Well, because right here, since the mid-50s, the commission has built boat ramps in the state and are available to the public for free. The sites are open 24 hours a day. They get money. These folks get money. Our government gets money every year from our fishing license, and then this right here, to put in new boat ramps, repair boat ramps, and maintain boat ramps. It's, you know, and for a municipality to charge on that, I just always thought, you know, from day one, I always thought it was wrong. It's been done in South Florida for a long time. It hadn't been done in Panhandle till the city of St. Joe started doing it several years back. But it's a nice ramp and all, but I just hate to see that. Then Mexico Beach followed suit. But our county commissioners, I know each one of them, and they promised me, and I'm going to put them on the spot. We got some good ones as far as outdoor stuff. They promised me that Bay County will not have any boat ramps where they charge us money to launch our vessels. And we've got to have a voice in that. And I know some of y'all may be a little thing and don't mean anything to you, but can you imagine going to Cargray Park and you can't launch at Cargray Park because you got to pay $10? And it would come to that if we keep letting them get away with it like they did in St. Joe. They got away with it. Mexico Beach said, they're making a bit of money, so let's us do it. So that's my 2 cents worth, and I feel strong about it. And as long as I do Panhandle Outdoors, I will speak up on it. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm taking a deep breath, calm down, and here we go. Let's move on to some good pictures. Let's look at this. This is happening as we speak, almost as we speak. This is coming in from John Walters, Pompano, Mr. Chester. I caught these two fish Saturday afternoon on the west end of 30A. Only had to wait 15 minutes for the biggest one and about 20 minutes for the second one. I'm telling you, John, that is, if you catch them in 15 to 20 minutes, that's good fishing right there, buddy. And we speak about going to the west end of Panama City Beach. Boy, this is the west end of 30A. And that's over there around Miramar Beach and all. That is some beautiful water, beautiful fishing. And I'm glad you got out to catch those. Good job, John. Thank you for sharing those with us. Our buddy Trevor Benton. Trevor, just a great young man. He and Dad, I don't know if they still do, they'd go to St. Vincent Island and hunt it every year. He's a good outdoorsman, just a great guy. It's hard to beat when one catches. He got this in an afternoon this past week. Good job, Trevor Benton. Good picture right there, too. Now, this every now and then I want to flash back. It's sort of dark. I'm going to go to a lighter picture. This is huge piles of oyster shells laying in Apalachicola, Florida, to give you how big the industry was in April of 1956. That comes from Florida Memory. Here's a better picture of it. And because we mentioned I want to bring this in because we mentioned the oyster shells yesterday, oyster beds yesterday with Officer Ramos, and what a huge industry it was. And they're in hard times now. But this shows you, it was amazing. This went on for years, but it wasn't back then. They really didn't have to have a whole lot of enforcement from what I've read and talked to old timers. The old timers knew when to go get them and when to leave them alone. And they would go to certain areas of the bay, and they sort of just worked hand in hand. Every now and then there'd be an outlaw come in there, but they really, it was interesting how they sort of took care of things themselves, because they knew that was their livelihood and they took care of it. It's not like that now. Obviously, when the case was made yesterday, the case of the month. Okay. Roger Smith got a little jealous of everyone else catching all the fun and had all the fun, so he went out. Now, this is a group of people catching them. It's not just Roger, but there's Spanish. I'm telling you, the Spanish are out there. This is there in abundance at times. I had people tell me though, they will one day catch them and the next day wouldn't catch anything. And one day catch them again. So if you're out there and all, you just got to move around to different areas and catch them. I want to go and talk about this now. This is coming up. I've mentioned it before. You know, you got to register the Cca Star Tournament. It's really gotten big. This past year it sort of was derailed because of the pandemic, but now it's going to be kicking off again on May 29th. And you can join the CCA and be a member, and it's really, we'll say more about it, but anyway, if you want to be thinking about it, to catch one of those tagged redfish and win one of them $70,000 boats or big old fancy truck, you can win that by just simply catching a tagged redfish. But you got to be registered. Ask some of our local friends that didn't get registered. When your wife asks you to take me somewhere expensive to dine out, yesterday we showed the, day before yesterday we showed the gas station, that was expensive, and now we're at the lumber, and that's expensive. Okay, I ran across this, and I was surprised at a couple of things. Boone and Crockett's top whitetail station. Now, you don't understand about the Boone and Crockett. They have a book with 700 pages of where, and if you make the Boone and Crockett, you get to put it in the book, and it's amazing. It's been going on a long time, and it's really well respected, the Boone and Crockett Award. And look at the top state, number one, let's blow it in here, number one, Wisconsin. And back in the day where we hunted, we felt like we'd had some Wisconsin deer in our area up here in the Panhandle around Liberty County and Gaston County. And my hunt buddies call it Westconsin, W-E-S-T, Westconsin, but it's Wisconsin. All right, number two, Illinois. And you see that little pattern of that Midwest right there. Number three, Iowa. Number four, Minnesota. And I got some buddies that we went tuna fishing with from Minnesota. Five is Ohio, and that's just a popular, especially in the southern part of Ohio, which is right next to number six, Kentucky. So you look at Kentucky and Ohio side by side, okay? Now I'm surprised, in between those, between number two and number five is Indiana, they don't have any. That's just a little surprising. All right, then go down to number six. Kentucky is just, like I say, a lot of folks here go to Kentucky. Number seven, Missouri. Number eight, of course, Kansas. And then the bonus, Texas, Arkansas, Tennessee. Surprisingly, I'm tickled to see Tennessee in there because since my family moved up there, I kept up with the deer, and I've really been surprised at the size of deer in the northern part of Tennessee because it's right next to Kentucky. But anyway, I just thought I wanted to share that with you, and also Arkansas has some big bucks. I'm surprised, Alabama didn't get in there, and Georgia. Okay. Don't forget, Captain Roy's got C&G Sporting Goods got some Ray spec jigs. He's been taking them around there on a regular basis. They've been selling out, so get you a Ray spec jig. Okay, we're going to talk about this tournament a little bit later. Let me go ahead and let me talk real quick about the shop. I'm going to the Panhandle Outdoor Shop is going really good, but here's what we got. This we had to order some more, and in the order they gave us two samples or put two samples in there. This particular color, okay, this is a heather gray. This is a different kind of dark gray, and we don't have these in stock. So what we decided to do, Travis and I were talking, we have two of these, and we're going to give these away on our drawing. They're large, so if you're not large, you can pass it on and re-gift it. But anyway, this Friday and then next Friday we'll give one away each. And also we were talking, and Sandy, Travis's wife, she came up with a great marketing idea. And Sandy's very supportive of this and all, and she works at a Panhandle office of protocol, so they run all those smart people, and so Sandy's smart too. She came up with this great idea. Why don't we, when y'all make an order from the Panhandle Outdoor Shop, we'll go ahead and give you a free ticket back into the pickle jar. Now, isn't that a great idea to stimulate sales? So I said, why didn't I think of that? But that's really good. So. Anyway, we're going to be doing that. So and if you've already made an order too, let me know. We're going to put your name back in there anyway. We can make it retroactive. We make our own rules, and so let's go ahead and we're doing those kind of things. But anyway, I want to I've got 3 names. I picked these up. I don't have the pickle jar. We'll add these 3 names tomorrow. Panama City Beach, Tracy, Tony, and Lynn from Southport. We'll get you all in when I get the pickle jars in the truck. I'm just keeping it in the truck with me. We'll have it. We'll do our drawing tomorrow, and we'll go ahead and we'll give one of these shirts away and all. Okay? All right, let's take our final break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. All kind of things going on. I want to thank you, a lot of y'all, for all the birthday wishes and all. They're very nice and all. Some of y'all didn't see it because I know on YouTube Jeff put up a nice screenshot there, and I appreciate that. But actually, it was blacked out for a lot of viewers and all. But anyway, we did have it, and everything went fine. Thank y'all so much. Speaking of Jeff, we're going to put this in the Panhandle Outdoor Shop. Okay, some of y'all got this DVD he did a little while back. He's got some of them left. They walk through nature. And this was right after the oil spill, right before things started changing, of course, before the hurricane. This was just something really cool. The photographer, I mean, he just took his time. It took a long time to do it. It just had some great, you're talking about relaxing and seeing the beauty and all, but this is his DVD along Florida's Emerald Coast. So I highly recommend it. It makes a great gift, and it just has some great footage along our Emerald Coast. So this is going to be, we're going to put this in Panhandle Outdoor Shop and on the scene right there. Be $20, and that takes care of shipping and everything. But that's a great collector's item because it ain't like this anymore. But it shows the beauty. Some of it is, but most of it's not. Most of those trees and all are gone. So we got that coming also in Panhandle Outdoor Shop. We're just busting at the seams. Fishing game times, blue water outriggers. We're looking at 9:18 to 11:18 this morning, and then 9:14 to 11:44. And I just wanted to do just a quick report in case some of y'all get a chance to go fishing today. I've gotten some reports in just yesterday. We'll do the report tomorrow, the famous Friday fishing forecast. But again, Cca Bay, got a report from over there. I haven't talked a lot about Cca Bay. Spanish are all in the Cca Bay area, and I've had several good reports, and they're catching them over there. And the second one, the pier was really good before the wind, and then the third one I wanted to mention. I'll talk about this again tomorrow. Surprisingly, they're catching some flounder pretty steady. Now I know these guys that are really good. I know some of them they'll catch them. They can catch them out of the bathtub. But some just folks are going and catching some flounder. They're not loading the boat up, but they're catching some flounder. So that's interesting. Those are moving in now like that. Okay. So I want to go back to that tournament I was just talking about. I'm excited about this. This is a surf fishing tournament, real surf fishing tournament. It's going to be April 23rd and 24th. Our very local Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, and it's going to be it's cool. I was looking. It's the heaviest combined with the $2,500 grand prize. That's a nice prize for a little surf fishing tournament. And what they're going to do is combine the weight of the whiting, your pompano, and redfish. Now, is that not a cool thing to do? So you're going to have to be a sort of all-around fisherman. You just can't concentrate on pompano. So this is really good. And of course, that a cow cutter, and that sometimes, okay. And here are the rules. I'll read you some of the rules because basically, it's the heaviest combined weight, $250 for the largest fish in each category. So that's going to be something to look at. And then $100 for the second biggest fish and $50 for third place. That's cool. And I may get out of Bay Breeze and talk to them and see what else they said. Fish may be caught on shore, the top paragraph, number 3, by rod and reel from the Pensacola Pass along the shoreline to Cape San Blas. And folks, that is an ideal target area. If you can't catch them there, you're just not going to catch them. And interest must be caught during the posted tournament hours and must be weighed in at Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle at Panama City Beach. And you got to be in line by 4 p.m. on Saturday. I'm going to put it on my calendar, see if I can check that out. I may even try to fish that if they'll let me off. Then what's the other one here? I have one more thing too, and the largest fish tournament weight. Okay, so I wanted to just pass that on to you. If you get a chance to fish in a tournament now, one thing to notice, you folks on the far eastern end, it does not include St. George Island, but you can just run. If you can catch them at St. George Island, the same fish is going to be up there at Cape San Blas, okay? And I wanted to go share I normally don't share family pictures with you, but this past week was spring break, and I had a really good Wendy's middle daughter, Ashley, or middle child Ashley. She's a senior at Grace Christian Academy up in Franklin, Tennessee. And of course, you know how those Tennessee folks want to come to Florida, and they all those kids up there, they want to go to 30A, over there 30A, and this, because that's some impressive area to go. And some of the, so I called and offered them a chance. I said, y'all, had to pay. That costs a little bit of money to go over there, but their parents are going to come up with it. But I gave them the opportunity to go to stay at our Cape House, and they jumped on it. But what I want to tell you, they just had. There's 5 girls that are seniors in high school, and they just had a wonderful time in a place like that, and they didn't have to go way over there. And in fact, some of their high school friends over in 38 came over here to see them. But anyway, I'm going to show you the picture of the girls. Just a great group of kids, and I was just so. That's Ashley, second from right. And here we are on St. George Island, okay? And I took them out to eat at the Blue Parrot, and that's Goofy Mason with them, and then here's our family here. We all went out to eat and at the Blue Parrot restaurant on St. George Island. I want to recommend that place to you. One thing, just the atmosphere, you go across the bridge right there. It's right at the end of the bridge on the Gulf side. The atmosphere, you're right there, on the water. And but what's really good is the food. And I know the folks that run it and all. And they all, they're good fishermen. He gets his food. Janice family gets his food from the fish from the boats coming in Apalachicola. It's fresh off the boats coming in Apalachicola over St. George Island. And I usually get grouper and mahi, and it's just a hard decision each time. But I just wanted to share that with you. A lot of folks had good spring breaks. A lot of folks did a lot of outdoor activities, and I know some folks went out of town, did things and all, and had some good times and all. Except for Jeff and his family. Jeff had a struggle, didn't he, Jeff? It was took him 2 days to get back home, but his wife Kim, she's doing a lot better, Jeff? Getting a little bit better. So anyway, and our buddy Billy Grantham, he had a little bit of trouble too, but he's getting along too. So anyway, I got to wrap it up. Tomorrow now we'll have the famous Friday fishing forecast. We're giving away some seafood and also T-shirt, okay? Y'all have a great day. Do something good today for your fellow man, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.